introduce Yuta. He serves as the producer for the Space Innovation through Partnership and Co-Creation for the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. Also director of Space Food Sphere. With a background in human science, he joined JAXA, which is the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, in 2006. His role involves establishing partnerships with various entities and coordinating collaborative projects. He's led initiatives such as the residential space education programs and sponsorship schemes for private space projects. In 2018, he launched JSpark to foster co-creation activities with private companies focusing on commercialization in future JAXA missions. He oversees projects related to manned space exploration, including transportation, healthcare, and space food. Additionally, he directs Space Food Sphere, which was established in 2020 to address food and lifestyle challenges on space and on Earth. He developed a PR strategy for JAXA astronaut candidate selection and organized recruitment campaigns involving corporate participation. So over to you.
Good evening. Are you hungry? Okay. Thank you for the opportunity to present in such a wonderful setting today. I know this is the last session of the day. Everyone is probably tired, so please take it easy and listen. Also, I am good at Japanese, konnichiwa, but not so good at speaking English, so please forgive me if I am hard to hear. First, I have a question. Have you heard about analog in Japan? Oh. Next, here is outline of today's presentation. I will try to introduce my work and other detail of my job, then introduce JAXA's activity toward the lunar exploration and other related activity to date. After that, I will give a presentation about the recent annual mission led by the private sector and the potential of the Japanese side. Hi, my name is Yuta Kikuchi. I'm a member of the new business promotion division at JAXA. Within this role, I serve as the producer of JSpark. JSpark is cooperation initiative in collaboration with the private sector. Since my tenure began with JAXA in 2006, I've spearheaded numerous projects across diverse sectors, including space transportation, space education, and business development. Notably, I have orchestrated residential space education program, including immersive stays at JAXA isolation and confinement facilities. Subsequently, I pioneered a sponsorship scheme in partnership with a leading Japanese advertising agency, leveraging JAXA resources for innovative promotional companies. My contribution extends to strategic initiatives such as the development of PR strategies for the last section of JAXA astronaut candidate, alongside innovative recruitment to drives and engage in corporate participations. Moreover, I lead cooperation endeavors in the manned space domain, lifestyle, healthcare, and space food project. Yeah, in addition to my role at JAXA, I currently serve as director at Space Food Sphere. Currently, I navigate the dual responsibility between JAXA and Space Food Sphere. So people call me Shohei Otani in the space sector. Do you know Space Shohei Otani? Pitcher, batting. I'm JAXA and Space Food Sphere. Okay. Among the various roles of JAXA, I'd like to introduce this page shows JAXA's role in Japan's space activities. Like I said, to rockets, satellite data applications, data monitoring, space science, international space stations, and manned space activities. Among the various roles of JAXA, I'd like to introduce JSpark, which is the main activity of the new business promotion department to which I belong. I launched JSpark to bring about the revolution in Japan's space program. First, please watch its image movie. We creators process of co-creation. I directed this movie, but since most of JAXA movies are serious, and unlike NASA footage, I started by changing the image. Okay, I will give a supplementary explanation about JSON. JAXA resources, budget, and staff are much smaller than NASA, so naturally what we can do is limited. On the other hand, as private companies are entering space development in Japan, JAXA was established with the hope of creating a new space business that neither the private sector nor JAXA alone can do. JAXA aims to obtain positive R&D feedback for future missions, and private companies aim to gain new space business opportunity. Recent highlights include small rocket, entertainment satellite, orbit service business, media business on the ISS keyboard, and platform of Think Space Drive. Next, overview the Spacefood Sphere program born out of spaceflight. Spacefood Sphere is an initiative from Japan about food in space. Do you like Japanese food? Yes. Did you know that Japanese space food is popular on the ISS among astronauts from the US and other countries? However, at present, only a certain number of Japanese space food is available only when Japanese astronauts are staying on the ISS. And to provide this delicious Japanese foods and Japanese food culture on future mission to the moon and Mars in a stable manner. We asked Japanese food company and space agriculture expert to join us. Space Sphere is an association where cross-industry players participate to develop space food solutions. And more than 50 companies, universities, research institutes, and experts with highly competitive technology knowledge participates. For example, startup with food production technologies, food manufacturers, robotics startup, construction companies, chef, and so on. We aspire to tackle deep issue common both in space and on Earth. Tackling the deep issue of space life by developing and integrating food tech and knowledge and tackling the deep issue on Earth, but automated food-related solutions. We have named this process as space reverse innovations. We set two major themes as common deep food-related issues for space and Earth. Theme one is the issue of securing food and resources. And theme two is the issue of human factors under close and isolated environment. And we should develop two solutions for these issues. One is the bioregenerative food production systems, and the other is a system for improving QoL under extreme close and isolated environment. These are just two images of some of the solutions we are planning. As you can see, number one, an ultra-high efficiency plant factory, growing and harvesting fresh vegetables with plant factories and robots. Number two, biofood reactor using biotechnologies for creating highly efficient food. Number four, everyday dining solutions. Number five, food experience solutions for special occasions. Number six, solution to dining solution. We aim to realize quality of life in limited environments and enclosing spaces. Let me introduce you to Mr. Yamamura. Mr. Yamamura, who is one of the key persons in making the realizations and who is attending this conference with me. Yuhei is an extreme environmental counselor. Yuhei had been in charge of supporting behavioral health and performance for Japanese astronauts on the International Space Station. Yuhei also supported and operated as JAXA biomedical flight contractor responsible for medical operations on the ISS from mission control. Currently, Yuhei has joined the Sphere Association, a non-profit organization with field assistant, working on operational development for long-term stays on the moon and supporting various stakeholders in extreme environment. I start here for the main theme. Yeah, here is the introduction to JAXA lunar missions and activities. JAXA is planning various lunar and Mars exploration missions, including the Artemis mission. Suribe is the first Japanese spacecraft to land on the moon this year. In this field, in particular, JAXA is committed to collaborating with the private sector. In April of this year, NASA and Japanese government signed implementing agreements concerning lunar surface exploration using the precious rovers. This agreement stipulated two main points. Firstly, the development and operations of precious rovers by Japan. And secondly, the provision by the US of two opportunities for Japanese astronauts to land on the moon. This signifies a strengthening cooperation between Japan and the US toward lunar explorations. And of course, training of Japanese astronauts for lunar exploration is in full swing. Let me introduce the training of Japanese astronauts for lunar explorations. In October 2022, astronaut Hoshide and Kanai participated in Desert Wizard Research and Technology Studies, DRAS, NASA test drive training for lunar rover in the deserts. In September 2023, astronaut Onishi will participate in geological training Pangea in Europe. These training programs are analog for JAXA astronauts, but they are currently dependent on other space agencies. So, have we not done analog in Japan so far? Yeah, in the case of Japan, we have experienced something similar to the analog through the world of manga and animation. Does anyone know there is an anime about the first Japanese landing on the moon? Hibito Uta. Yeah, the anime is called Space Brothers, and its main character are brothers who aspire to become astronauts and fulfill their dreams. The story depicts the astronaut selection test, training at NASA after becoming astronauts, and the moon mission under the supervision of JAXA experts. All Japanese involved in space development know the Space Brothers. Recently, there are children who are fascinated by the Space Brothers and aspire to work in space development. Not to mention others and Space Brothers, there are quite a few examples of how some Japanese pop culture, such as anime, have influenced the real world of space exploration. Gundam, a renowned anime featuring space battle, holds significant place in Japanese pop culture, inspiring some to pursue careers at JAXA. During the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, a collaboration between Gundam and JAXA led to the placement of the Gundam model on the satellite, which was successfully launched from the space stations. On a personal note, Dragon Ball has left a profound impact on me. The series centered around the character from another planet captivated me with a portrayal of unique abilities and space travel. Kamehameha! Do you know? Yes. Just as some people have become top athletes because they admire the main character in animation, animation can also immerse people and encourage them to pursue their own goals in life. By the way, there are many cosplay goods in my house. I also transform myself several times a year. Yes, and so other than anime, there are no anime mission in Japan. Next, I introduce to anime related activities in Japan today. These are two national-owned facilities related to anime research. One is SEED, and the other is JAXA's facility. Here are some examples of which. As the Research Institute for Environmental Science and Technologies, a series of closed habitation experiments using the closed ecology experiment facility SEED were conducted from 2005 to 2007. The project was designed to obtain data on carbon transfer to plants, animals, and humans. A simulated ecosystem considering of 23 plant species, including rice and soybeans, to goat and to humans, was established in the sea. The following is a case study of the use of JAXA's facility. In the last three astronaut selections was an observational assessment of the applicants conducted by an expert in various fields during the stay at about 1 week by utilizing the isolation and confinement facilities. As a part of the selection process in the final stage. This was a unique method compared with other selection methods adopted by other space agencies. And today, I introduce the last astronaut selections, number 6. In the table on the right is the latest data on astronaut selections. And this time, there were more than 4,000 applicants, the highest number a year. Under the tagline, change your job as an astronaut, JAXA conducted the astronaut candidate selection in 13 years. PR activity is in collaboration with the Space Brothers, also attracted many participants. One of the reasons for the increase in the number of applicants this year was the broadening of the application requirements. The elimination of the previous requirement that applicants have a science background has led to a significant increase in the number of female applicants. The photo at the right is a newspaper ad as part of the promotion depicting a female astronaut from the Space Brothers and the Lunar Manned Precious Rovers. Yeah, the last astronaut selection took place in 2023 is a 10 applicants who passed underway evaluation of their medical characteristics and qualities while living together in a closed environment at the Tsukuba Space Center for about 6 days. In a space that is isolated from the outside world and monitored by the examiners. This year's selection was also a combination of various individual and group assignment. The group task was to build a lunar rover in items, and the individual task was to show how suitable they are to be astronauts. Note that this scene of the final selection at the JAXA facility is also distributed in the Space Brothers. As a result of the final selection process, it was announced that Makoto Suga and Ayu Yoneda will be the new astronaut candidate in February 2023. A documentary on this selection was later broadcast on Japanese national televisions. How is animation culture really for an role? In addition to the Space Brothers, there is also an animation called Sorameshi, which is based on Japanese space food. There is a character in this anime who is modeled after me. Yeah. And so, animation has merits and limits for animals. Merit is effects of increasing the interest of many people and visualizing people's lives and emotions. Next, development of cultural orientations. On the other hand, demerits, the talent pool is unevenly skewed towards space and socials. Promote products developed based on science fiction ideas, mixing fiction and reality. We are trying to take a new approach in light of this situation starting analog in Japan. First, let's look at the issues of analog activities in Japan. Japan resources for manned spaceflight are smaller than in the US, and due to the lack of manned rockets and still smaller number of astronauts. And research and human life is not a priority. So I think that issue of analog activity in Japan is we expert related to analog and lack of reality. There are only 11 JAXA astronauts so far, but there are also only 90 private analog astronauts. These analog astronauts are the number of experienced astronauts who have participated in the Mars Society sponsored MDRS and FMAS. However, Japan has hidden asset. That is the Japanese Antarctic research expeditions. So far, a total of more than 2,500 people have participated in Japan's Antarctic expeditions. And the reason is that Japan's showa station in Antarctica are more close and isolated than based in other countries due to their locations. For example, McMurdo Station in the US can be reached quickly by air from Chile, while Showa Station can only be reached once a year by Antarctic ice breakers. Therefore, supplies are only refreshing once a year, and the Arctic wintering party stays as a base for 15 months. It is extremely rare for the base to be unable to return immediately after a serious accident. In particular, we believe that there is a lot of knowledge about real roof life at base. There are examples of efforts to use Antarctica as a demonstration site for future lunar and Martian base. R&D for efficient construction is a sustainable housing system that is easier to build and maintain. This activity is a joint research by Japanese house builder Misawa Homes, the National Institute of Polar Research and JAXA, and productive development and build demonstrations in Antarctica. And JAXA and National Institute of Polar Research are now in conversation to collaborate their accumulated experience of staying in extreme environment. A key man is facilitating this collaboration between Antarctica and space living is Mr. Yusuke Murakami. Murakami is a field assistant for Japanese non-profit organizations, and he is a man who has experienced both Antarctic wintering cruise and missions such as MDRS, FMAS, Mars 160. He has lived in various extreme environments around the world for more than 1,000 days in total, including base camp in the Himalayas. He focused on realistic living in extreme environments. Introduction and mission produced by Mr. Murakami. The Shirase EXP is a highly distinctive analog mission conducted above the Antarctic research vessel Shirase. 4 crew members resided on board for 16 days, supported by one captain. The uniqueness Shirase EXP is utilization of the recommended Shirase and one family participant as a crew members, designed and operated by only private companies. Finally, let me explain a bit about the R&D program that Space Sphere is leading. Space Sphere is the MAFF strategy project of the STARS program. MAFF is the Japanese Ministry of Agriculture. And this project aims to develop a whole food system that can work in extremely close and isolated environments and Mars. Improving POA with limited resources and under stressful environment, maximizing production efficiently of tasty and nutritious food, and maximizing recovery efficiently of resources used through food production. Our team is also designing the ground demonstration facility integrating all these systems developed by our consortium members. And let's think about the potential of Japanese flight for analog activities. In addition to what's presented today, Japan's strength may be the key to future analog activities. Here are 6 photos related to the Japanese way of life, Japanese food culture, omoterashi method, island country, chashitsu, no kyogen, small place for this is Shohei Otani. Yeah. Yeah. Just a moment. Yes. Okay. The creation of numerous anime masterpieces is also related to these factors. We expect that this will trigger new insight and discussions for the future evolution of analog. Here is a summary of what we talked about today. Yes, this page is skip. Last, one last thing, anime about high school girls going to the South Pole is also most popular in Japan. Please imagine the influence of this anime. Thank you for your attention. If you are interested, please contact me or Mr.